Okay, time now to look at the best of the action from Murrayfield, where the Scottish Claymores met the Rhine Fire. Revenge was in the air, and it's described for us by Bill Moss and Eric Clemens.
Manfred Bergsmuller with the kickoff coming down to Marcus Thomas, who will take it at his 16. Fakes the reverse, and Thomas keeps it. Goes through a big hole, gets up close to the 30-yard line, where the Scottish Claymores will take over on offense. And Steve Matthews and Bill, Coach Kreiner talked to us yesterday, said this guy's play is improving every week.
It's improving every week, Eric, but he did say he's not sure which Steve Matthews is going to show up. So he's hoping today that he can have a repeat performance of what he did last week.
First and 10, call a spot at the 30-yard line. Split backfield with Kaihalo, who gets the handoff and comes to the near side. Jared Kaihalo runs into some defenders there and picks up a yard. Anthony Fieldings was one of the tacklers. Ricky Andrews and Percy Snow also in to help out.
Running the ball today, Eric, is going to be one of the things that both these teams have to do.
All right, looking at the backs and receivers, of course, Stacy and Scotty Cooper, the national, starting in place of LaChapelle on this first series, but LaChapelle and Stacy, the big guns on offense as far as the skill positions go for the Scottish Claymores. 2nd and 8. The pitch goes to Stacy off the far side, has some room. Stacy then met by Percy Snow at the 35-yard line, still tried to struggle forward before he was brought down.
Well, that's their signature play. You know, that's the big one they go to all the time. You see it all the time. And the guys up front are what makes it happen. Saran Stacy's going to get all the number, but the guys up front are what make their offense go.
And two of these guys up front, Bart and Zeno, recovering from some kind of illness that these guys picked up in Frankfurt last week.
Salmonella seems to be the word going around the team. They're not sure, but Coach Kreiner said they had 8 guys out with it this week.
We'll see how they can play up front, and if not, they'll have to be replaced by a couple standing by as Matthews back to throw, gets away from the rush and picks up big yardage across the 50. Into Rhine Fire territory, out of bounds at the 32-yard line, chased out by Larry Kennedy.
Big pickup for Steve Matthews. And one of the things that Rhine Fire hasn't been able to do is rush the quarterback. That time, they rushed the quarterback. They were all around him, but Steve Matthews found a crease. And not only a crease, because that crease turned into a bunch of daylight. And he took it right down the sideline, just finally pushed out of bounds. Well, that's exactly what Rhine didn't need on their opening drive. They don't want to give up big chunks of yardage like that.
Only 33 yards on that scramble, and the give this time to Stacy. Picks a hole, has a lot of room, still has room. He'll go. Touchdown, Scottish Claymore.
Well, this team has picked up right where they left off last week in the 4th quarter down in Frankfurt, Eric, and that is their playing. Their level of play has just generated. It's gone up another notch. And right there, they went back to the big guys up front and doing what they do on the ground so well with Saran Stacy. And Saran Stacy, who has an innate ability of making something extra out of a normal carry.
Gavin Hastings, no good. Misses his first extra point of the year after going 12 for 12 before that one. So the extra point is no good.
So how vital will that missed PAT turn out to be? The Fire could only manage this Leo Arago's 29-yard field goal, and then immediately following that kick, the Claymores once again replied with interest.
Thomas taking the reverse again, going to the far side, has some room. Thomas out close to the 50-yard line before Aragouz brought him down.
Well, you know, special teams gives you field position. And when you can get a play like this out of your special teams, it really generates your offense. Your offense is going to take over the ball now at the 50-yard line. Marcus Thomas faked the reverse to Lee Gissendanner and then found a crease. He got behind his wedge on the right side, and like a smart running back, when he sees daylight, head to the near sideline.
He tried the fake reverse on the first kickoff that he had, and it gave him a little room on the right side, but not quite that much as he got that time. So Scotland taking over in great shape at its own 49-yard line. Stacy, the back man in the I formation, gets the handoff. Comes near side and gets into Rhine Fire territory across the 50 to about the 48.
And that's what they're going to have to do up front. Up front, they need to control their run gaps and keep Surround Stacy to minimal yardage like they did the last time. And these guys up front here are the guys that have to do it.
All right. Teichelman is one of the replacement players there for the Rhine Fire defense. As Riddick Parker broke a finger on a hand, he may be out for the remainder of the season. So Teichelman in the starting lineup, and Saran Stacy gets the carry. Doesn't get much before Mike Andrews hits him down hard. Teichelman was also there to clean things up.
Yeah, see, that was the same play they ran on the touchdowns, but that time the linebacker was there. Ricky Andrews read the play, came up and stuffed the trap by number 71, Tom Barnt, and then did a fine job of making a tackle.
Look at the linebackers. Fielding's their leading tackler. Percy Snow, co-leader in tackles, and Klaus Bearderman, the national player. And on third down and long, Matthews gets it out of the backfield to Ron Dickerson. First down yardage and more inside the 30. Knocked out of bounds at the 28.
Well, you know, Ron Dickerson was hurt last week, and he missed most of the game. That's where Jared Caiello came in. But when they need to pass the ball out of the backfield, this is the guy they want to get it to. He's got great hands and an innate ability to turn up field when it's time to do it. And you see it right there. Out of the backfield, Steve Matthews throws a nice ball a little bit behind him, but it was wide open, and he just turned the ball up and went upfield. He's got good hands for a running back, and that's what they're going to utilize him with in this offense.
Dickerson's 7th reception of the year on that catch. Big first down, and a swing pass. Dangerous out to Stacy, who has more room. And Stacy goes for a touchdown.
You know, I asked Jim Kreiner this week, I said, Jim, what are you going to do different? He said, nothing, Bill. We're going to come at him with our base stuff. Well, he was telling me a lie because this isn't their base stuff. They're hitting the backs out of the backfield on short stuff all over the place. Normally, they're going to pound the ball at him, come off play action, and look downfield for LaChapelle or Yo Murphy or Scott Cooper. They're not doing this. Now they're using the backs underneath because they're sending the receivers downfield, and they're being covered up.
Now they'll go for a two-point conversion since they missed the first point after touchdown. And Matthews going in zone, has his man. Sean LaChapelle. We have a flag down as well in the end zone, so hold everything. As they sort it out, we have another meeting of the minds there in the end zone. And a couple of Claymores are pointing to their end of the field as if the call is going to be against Scotland. All right, if you were a lip reader, you could see who it was against, but interference, offensive interference, obviously against the Claymores.
What happened? It looked like in the back of the end zone we had a little pushing off, and I think it was on Willie Tate, number 85.
Well, now that'll bring one of the team captains, the rugby legend Gavin Hastings, onto the field, and he'll almost be kicking a field goal for the extra point here, point after touchdown.
Well, the last one he missed was the first one he's missed all season, and now he's got a shot where he has to kick a 19-yarder here.
And that one is straight and true. Good. So, after Stacy's second touchdown of the game, the Scottish Claymores are 2 for 2. 2 possessions, 2 touchdowns by Saran Stacy.
The Rhine seemed to be on the move until George Coghill forced his fumble. So the Claymores have a 1st and 10 on the halfway line.
Haven't seen the sun here in the past couple of days. but good football weather. In motion this way comes Scott Cooper, and another swing pass out to Saran Stacy, and Stacy spins inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Well, it worked for him once, and they went back to it again. You know, they tried the same thing. They tried to set up that screenplay.
Look at the domination by the Claymores on offense, 152 total yards. But Rhine has moved the ball. He had 5 first downs, but again, Scotland leading by 10 and going for more.
And a lot of those yards are because of Rhine's mistakes, the things they're doing. They're the breakdowns in their defense.
Give to Jarrett Kaihalo, and Kaihalo has plenty of room. Broke his way in for the touchdown.
You know, Jarrett Kaihalo had the chance to start last week because of Ron Dickerson's injury. And we talked to him, and he stepped up to the call. He said, hey, you know, my opportunity was there, and I met the challenge. And he took full advantage of the situation. He had a great game for him last week. And then he comes back, and he's right back in the mix of things again this week, being the lead blocker for Saran, banging up there for him, knocking linebackers out of the way.
He had only 6 carries for 15 yards coming into the game, but picks up an important 12 for the touchdown there. I'm sorry, 8 yards for the touchdown as they go for 2. Steve Matthews floats it in the corner. Great catch by Sean LaChapelle for the 2-point conversion.
Once again, the Rhine Fire just couldn't move the ball and had to punt away their next possession. The Claymores have a 1st and 10 on their own 40.
It would be very easy for them to pack it in a little bit and just wait for the World Bowl, but a lot of players telling us yesterday they are trying to get the perfect game going. And look at Saran Stacy break free. Stacy still on his feet inside the 15 to the 13-yard line.
Wow. Wow. I said last week, I said, somebody please tell me why this guy's not in an NFL camp. You know, I think for sure he will be. You know, you talk about yards after the catch. Okay, watch. You make one guy miss. Anthony Fieldings was right there. He should have made the tackle. You have to make the tackle in that situation. But yards after catch, you want to talk about him? There's your man right there.
Coach Kreiner told us that he is generating a lot of interest from NFL scouts around the league. And for certain, there's a man who's going to be invited to an NFL camp somewhere. Saran Stacy, and now we have a stoppage of play.
Well, you know, that way he can finally get his haircut.
Look at the first 3 possessions for Scotland. 70-yard march, 51-yard march, 50-yard march after the fumble recovery, and they're knocking at the door again.
Yeah, and for Rhine Fire, it's a situation where we talked to the guys yesterday, and you saw in their eyes, they said, no, you know, we have something to prove. We want to show everybody we can play. We've been in every ball game down to the end. But even though those words were coming off their tongue, you got the sense that this group was frustrated. They're not happy where they are. They don't have any answers. And they're looking for some. But today, right now, as of this point, aren't able to find any out here.
And a timeout being charged now. Steve Matthews trying to get everything straightened out with Jim Kreiner.
Well,
Jim
what are we going to do? I guess.
Or Soker,
Here, look at here.
upstairs,
Leave
the
the backs
offensive
normal.
coordinator.
Okay, I know, I don't want that. I want,
Let's listen to the
leave the
conversation.
tailback weak and the full. Yeah, and I know when Stacy blocking because of they're overplaying the power play. How come the clock said 0? I don't know.
I believe what they're going to try to do is, he said they're overplaying the power play. And what they want to do is have Saran Stacy fake the power play, get him to commit, and then throw the ball up top on a play action.
Saran Stacy into the record books again as the total yardage leader, and the give goes to Ron Dickerson. Dickerson off the far side picks up maybe 3 yards before he's brought down by Anthony Fielding.
Well, I asked Jim Kreiner, I said, hey, you guys going to do anything different? He said, oh, no, basic stuff. Well, watch Saran Stacy. Now he's coming in here trying to block. I said, trying to block. He went for the legs of the defensive end and wasn't able to cut him down, and they got the ball to Ron Dickerson. So it is a change-up for him. Usually the fullback's blocking for the halfback. Now they switch it up.
2nd and 7 at the 10-yard line. The blitz is on, and That is Mike Salmon, who throws Steve Matthews down for a big loss. Big sack on that play as Rhine Fire has to make a stand somewhere.
Well, look, he's shaking his head. He's upset. You know, he's like, darn, we got to make something happen. And right here, he takes him out of field goal position. So Mike Salmons, you know, he's a guy back there. He's trying to get his troops rallied up, make a big play, make something happen. They need to blitz more often, because they only blitz when they're down inside the scoring zone. They don't have anything to lose, Eric. You know, they're 1-4. Start sending the guys. Do whatever you have to take. If you need a new quarterback, get a new quarterback.
Galen Hall, his time could be better. His team trailing by 18, and Scotland now with a 3rd down and about 15 to go for a 1st down. In fact, they'll get a 1st down if they get the ball to the 3-yard line, and Steve Matthews has come out of the game, and Harry Jones, the 3rd quarterback, has come on. Attending to Matthews' nose. We don't know. Jim Ballard, usually listed as the 2nd-string quarterback, but Harry Jones, number 7, is in on 3rd down, and Jones back to put it up. Gets it to Dickerson out of the backfield, and Dickerson will get it inside the 10 to the 8-yard line. That'll leave him about 5 yards short of the 1st down.
Well, here's the power part here. I mean, when you're up 21-3 with 10 minutes to go in the 2nd quarter still, you can put in your 3rd-string quarterback that you just recently signed last week from Arena Football. He was over in the States. He played a game last Saturday night in Arena Football. Then they bring him over here on Sunday, and he's playing in the game already, 2nd quarter. What happened on the blitz there is Mike Salmon came up, and in the course of a tackle, the helmet came down on the bridge of Steve Matthews' nose.
And Paul McCallum sends that one through from 25 yards away. So Scotland 4 for 4. 4 offensive possessions, 4 scores. Their first field goal makes it 24-3, and still plenty of time to go in the 2nd quarter. If you're a fan of the Rhine Fire, plenty of time for the Rhine Fire to get back in it before halftime.
The Fire and the Claymores then swap possessions. So the Fires have a 1st and 10 on their own 38-yard line.
On 1st down in good field position at their own 38, Terry Dean to put it up in the air. Dean under pressure, buys himself some time, now comes back the other way and has his man. Byron Chamberlain. Chamberlain inside the 40 before he goes out of bounds at the 37-yard line of Scotland. James Fuller and James Williams knocked him out. James Williams, rather, knocked him out.
Nifty footwork and composure by Terry Dean. See him wave Byron Chamberlain up. He says, come back, come back. He was covered down there by George Coghill, 34, but Terry Dean, as he's scrambling with one arm, says, come back up. And he comes back up, and he hits Byron Chamberlain. Nice pickup. And this is what the Fire needs to get going. They need to make big plays. They need to march the ball downfield.
Chamberlain, his first catch of the afternoon. Derek Clark, also a big part of their offense. And speaking of Mr. Clark, there he is, breaking into the open. Clark inside the 20 and finally brought down by James Fuller as he gets close to the 12-yard line.
Well, you know, we talked about Byron Chamberlain and we talked about Derek Clark and how much they've meant to this offense. And there you have a case of it. Back-to-back plays. First they go to Chamberlain, has a nice pickup about 30, then they come right back and feed the ball to Derek Clark, and he has another nice pickup. Now they're down about the 15-yard line. Now they can't afford mistakes. The mistakes have been haunting them in the past. They need to put it in the end zone. See it right there? Byron Chamberlain, Derek Clark. They're the 2 guys. They're getting it done for them.
Give this time to Terry Richardson, and Richardson has a nice hole, gets it down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line.
Like I said, you see a sense about the Rhine Fire. They're pushing and shoving. They're a little bit mad out there, Eric. And since they took the possession of the ball down there, they've marched right downfield. Looks like a different team playing out there right now.
They have, again, been in every game they've been involved in this year, and the difference between wins and losses, as we pointed out all afternoon, has been their mistakes. They've got 3 receivers split out. Tommy Boyd, with the play clock running down, goes to the far side. Dean, quick slant over the middle. He was looking for Tommy Stowers, the backup tight end,
who he almost hit, was George Coghill, 34. George Coghill was in position to pick that ball off.
So it'll be 3rd down, and a big 3rd down for the Rhine Fire, looking to get back into this game, trailing it by 21.
Illegal shift. 2 men moving at the snap. Offense, 5 yards. Replay, 3rd down.
Now, what did we just get done talking about, Eric? They get down there, they're at the 15-yard line. They need to use that momentum and put the ball in the end zone. Instead, it's a same old story.
Second down.
A penalty, a mistake, miscommunication, and the ball starts going backwards.
All right, they'll replay 2nd down as Terry Dean, 2 of 3 for 32 yards so far in the game. Replay 2nd down, call it 2nd and 8 from the Scottish Claymore 13-yard line. Terry Dean on in relief of Andy Kelly, trying to provide a spark for the Rhine Fire offense. And they give to Richardson, and Richardson gets to about the 10 before Herman Carroll says no more. Call about the 11-yard line. 3rd and 7.
You know, in the NFL, when it's 2nd and long, everybody knows it's going to be a draw. And right there, they tried the lead draw on 2nd and long. And I said everybody knows it, and right there, everybody on Scotland's defense knew it was coming.
It's a big 3rd down and long. Richardson and Manley Woods split out to the near side. Chamberlain in the slot on the far side. And Dean chased out of the pocket again, trying to buy some time. Throws end zone. Incomplete. David Wilson and James Fuller were back on the coverage. So Galen Hall now has a decision on 4th down.
You have to go for it. You have to go for it.
Where'd he come from? Yeah.
Watch Byron Chamberlain. Shannon Jones is with him all the way. Doesn't let him go. He's in front of him. He turns. He comes back. That's taking away their offense from him. That's what they've been doing the whole time. And they're going to go for 3 here. 3's not going to help them.
Leo Araguz will pull it up and call it a 28-yard attempt. And that's up and good. So they settle for the 3 and take a 21-point lead or deficit down to 18 late in the first half.
We joined the second half on the Rhine's second possession of the half. They have a 1st and 10 on their own 24. There's just over 9 minutes left in the quarter.
Andy Kelly off the play fake. Hits. Looks like it might have been George Coghill made the hit. A big hit it was.
Well, it's a bootleg, and they try to set it up with a run, but George Coghill isn't full. He stays right in his position. He stays at home. He doesn't overrun the play, which looked like it was going to be a run play. And the hit man, look at him. Look at him. He looks like a hit man.
Coghill 2nd on the team with 34 tackles. He really laid it to Manley Woods, who came underneath to catch that quick one out of the backfield. Kelly this time goes the other way to Antoine Carter, who has a lot of room, and a 1st down out to the 40-yard line before he's driven out of bounds. George Coghill on the stop there.
George Coghill's had a busy day. And Andy Kelly is doing something he hasn't done in the past, and that's finding other avenues of success. He's getting the ball out to the wide receivers. He's getting the ball out to the back. You know, and for their offense, and then they take about 3 steps forward, and then the wheels fall off the cart. They need to maintain a drive, march it down the field, and put it in the end zone.
Scotland showing blitz. There's some flags down finally as Kelly goes deep down the near side looking for Manley Woods, and Corey Duckett was all over him stride for stride.
Ty Parton's down, and it appears to me he blew his knee. You see Ty Parton in the neutral zone, jacks up the center, knocks him down, then he sits there and says, oh, and then he remembers, I got to finish the play. So he tries to run back in there, and right there he tries to get a piece of Andy Kelly, and he slips on the turf, it looked like.
So on the offside penalty, 1st and 5 for Andy Kelly, who swings it out of the backfield to Jerome Davison, and Davison doesn't get much after catching the pass, maybe 2 yards on the play. Ty Parton being checked out on the sideline. Emmett Waldron making the hit on that short yardage play.
You know, as a linebacker, you like a team that runs the ball, especially a middle linebacker. And there Emmett Waldron is. He sits there and waits in his hole and just waits for Derek Clark to come into it. And as he does, he wraps him up and knocks him backward. That's when a linebacker's having a good time.
Big third down play right at midfield. Third and less than a yard. Kelly, play fake, now throws it deep down the near side, and it is in and out of the hands of Kevin Knox.
Safe! You can't afford to do that. And that's why they haven't been getting the balls to the wide receiver. Because you drop. Now you're going to watch number 81 to the right side of your screen off the play action. And as he's coming into the picture, notice how white his jersey is. His jersey's white because he's not playing. And the reason he's not playing is because of drop balls like that. And on the other end of it, Kelly again is normal post-pass occurrences.
Kelly
knocked down to the ground.
Gets this one away. And that one's to Jerome Davidson, who was hit hard, but he picked up the first down, and Claymore knocked out of bounds all the way down to the Scottish Claymore 35-yard line. So on fourth down and short, they come up with a big play they needed.
They got to roll the dice. Your team's 1-4, and if you want any shot of doing anything the rest of the season, you have to make something happen. And punting the ball away and playing defense when things seem to be happening so well for the Scottish Claymores isn't going to make things happen.
First down from the 35, no flags, as you saw some movement along the Scotland defensive line. That one is thrown and caught by Kevin Knox, and Knox has another Rhine Fire first down inside the 25 to the 23-yard line, a pickup of 12.
Well, that time a nice grab by Kevin Knox. And a lot of times that's all it takes. One drop pass, and if you ever have the opportunity again to get the ball in the game, you're going to make sure you catch it. And that's what Kevin Knox does here. Andy Kelly with some nice time finds Knox over the middle. And he knows he's going to get hit by George Coghill, but he still finds a way to hold on to the ball.
Antoine Carter on the carry, and Carter doesn't get much. Emmett Waldron came knifing in there to make the tackle. No gain, maybe a yard on the play.
Emmett Waldron very active this game. You know, he's a national player, and he's in a lot of plays from Cork, Ireland. Isn't that correct? Yeah, he was from Cork, Ireland, and he went to school at Rice University. And the guy's a heck of a linebacker for him. I mean, he's not just in there because they need a national in there on any given possession. He's in there because he can play the position.
All in no gain on the play by Carter. 2nd and 10, and Kelly under heavy pressure just throws this one away. Out of bounds on the near side. It'll be 3rd and long. Pressure applied that time, it looked like, by Gerald Jeffcoat.
Brother of Jim Jeffcoat of the Dallas Cowboys. Played about 12, 13 years down there for him. And Andy Kelly's in a situation where it's 3rd and long, and he knows what to expect. And he knows what he's going to get, and he knows what he has to do. There he is, 11-19 on the day. And see the last 2 columns? 0 TDs and 1 interception. That's the problem. Those 2 columns are the problem. You need to reverse those.
Kelly has completed 59.9% of his passes coming into the day, but many of them not for big plays like this one. Byron Chamberlain catches it for another Rhine Fire first down. He gets down to close to the 10-yard line, inside the 10-yard line, where Rhine Fire in great shape now.
Well, when you spread the ball out and you get it to your wide receivers, then you can finally come back and get it to your tight end. And see what he does so well right there? It's the separation from the linebacker that is key when you're playing tight end. Because you know your tight end, the linebacker's going to get a piece of you. It's at that point that you have to have the separation. And right there, he had great separation and was able to get the first down. Now they're in scoring situation again, inside the 10-yard line.
More confusion on the Rhine Fire side of the ball on offense. The clock was winding down, the play clock, to about 3 seconds, and Andy Kelly takes the first time out, and he's going to go talk things over with the great Wes Chandler.
You gotta shut down, guys. You gotta shut down.
Okay, hold up, Marcus.
Game clock.
The game clock was down. Okay.
What do you want? What do you want?
Okay. 3:31. 3:31.
Lengthy drive continuing for the Rhine Fire. First down on the 8. Kelly with all kinds of time. Now he throws in the end zone and throws that one away, as everyone was covered on that one.
Tommy Stowers, number 89. You see him get into the linebacker there? Arnold Ali gets him shucked up and then releases from him, and
Andy Kelly was trying to find him, but didn't see him to the right side of the end zone and threw the ball away in the back of the left.
On 2nd and goal from the 9-yard line. Kelly, quick hitter, and that one, Corey Duckett came up as it was intended for Manley Woods. Duckett thought he had smelled it, almost had an interception, but Woods in the meantime almost had a catch.
Well, Corey Duckett does a great job of playing man-to-man coverage. He's up on him in a squat position. See him right there? Then closes on the ball as the ball's thrown. Excellent awareness of where the receiver is and where the ball's coming, because he can't give up the end zone in that situation.
3rd down and goal to go from the 9. 2 receivers split out to the top of your screen. Kelly going in zone, caught. Byron Chamberlain, touchdown, his 6th of the year, and Rhine Fire trying to climb back into it. It's now 24-12.
This is new life now for Rhine Fire.
Manfred Bergsmueller attempting the extra point. It's up and through. And now Rhine Fire makes a statement, climbs back into it. It is now a 24-13 game in favor of the Scottish Claymores.
All the Claymores could manage was this missed field goal by Paul McCallum. So the Fire have another 1st and 10 on their own 35-yard line.
You talked earlier about Rhine Fire's ability to put some points on the board in the 4th quarter. They need to do it now as Andy Kelly back to pass, looks over the middle, and has Chamberlain once again. He crosses midfield, gets down close to the 40-yard line before he's brought down by George Coghill, Arnold Ale, and James Fuller.
Yeah, and now what they're doing is buying Andy Kelly time. Okay? Watch the middle of the pocket. See the passing lane out Andy Kelly has? There's nobody there. There's nobody in his face, so he can set up and take his time and complete the ball to Byron Chamberlain. He turns upfield and picks him up a couple extra. Now they're down there in Scotland territory. Let's make something happen.
Give to Terry Richardson and Mark Sander. Knife through to get him in the backfield before that play even got started.
Not in close, they're going to bring the heat like that, okay? But I think what we got to do is to stay tight inside. Because like on the bust, if they bring the extra guy off the corner, we're short one guy. So we'll stay strong side.
Coach Kreiner, they're trying to cipher out the problems that have arose for him here in the second half offensively. They haven't been able to move downfield as quickly as they have in the first half, Eric.
Especially the first 4 possessions. They scored points in their first 4 possessions of the game. Now they're trying to keep Rhine Fire off the scoreboard. Another completion. Terry Richardson on the far side of the field, and Richardson gets down to inside the 35-yard line, down close to the 32, very close to a first down. He'll be about 1.5 yards short.
Yeah, look at what they're doing now. I mean, for Rhine Fire, they've really utilized everybody. They've utilized the running backs, the tight end, the wide receivers. They're doing what they came here to do. You know, there's nothing been taken away from them. They can use everybody. Now they don't need to make any mistakes.
On 3rd and 2, Derek Clark, and Clark fighting for first down yardage. He'll be very close. Time now a big enemy of the Rhine Fire. As we're inside of 7 minutes to go in the contest, Clark picks up the first down.
Yeah, but if they can take big chunks of yardage like they've done on this drive right here, they can get down the end zone rather quick. They'll be right back in this thing.
Andy Kelly, much more productive on the afternoon, especially since the touchdown pass late in the 3rd quarter to Byron Chamberlain. He hits his tight end once again, and Chamberlain down to the 20-yard line before he's brought down by Shannon Jones. Now Chamberlain looking like the Byron Chamberlain we're used to seeing in this Rhine Fire attack.
Yeah, and the reason that is because their other avenues have worked effectively. See right here on Shannon Jones, he makes separation quick. Shannon Jones thinks he's going to run the seam, and then when he stops, he doesn't have the ability to recover quick enough. But they have to protect the other guys, the wide receivers and the backs, and that's opening things up now for Chamberlain.
And Chamberlain goes in motion to the far side. The give goes to Terry Richardson, who has a big hole, and Richardson will score. Touchdown, and Rhine Fire is right back in it. 24-19. Galen Hall calling for the two-point conversion to put his team to within 3. Richardson in motion to the far side. Kelly, the quick throw is batted away by Herman Carroll. Herman Carroll got the big paw up and knocked it down.
The Claymores just couldn't find the offensive power of the first half and once again had to punt away. So the Fire have a 1st and 10 on their own 9.
Rhine Fire with 3:07 to go needs to put together another mark. Andy Kelly to put it up in the air. And he gets Jerome Davison, and Davison is really hit hard by James Williams on the near side.
Well, somebody must have talked to the offensive line of the Rhine Fire because they're really buying him time. See the protection he has? Now watch the passing lane. Nobody's in front of him again. Remember I talked about before the open view he has of the whole field?
That was Terry Richardson on the catch. Correction there. On 2nd down, Kelly dumps it, has his man Davison this time, and Davison gets 1st down yardage and more out across the 20 to the 23. Arnold Ali on the stop.
Yeah, and Andy Kelly is hot right now. You know, Galen Hall said he's hot and cold. Well, right now he's hot, and he's been hot the second half. He has the hot hand. He sits in there and lets the rush come upfield right in front of him just enough until there's an opening underneath the linebackers and a rush, and he finds Davidson there.
Chamberlain was in motion to the far side. Kelly, another quick dump off. And he picks up about 7 yards on this one as Davidson makes the catch. Ali again on the stop. And we have reached the 2-minute warning. And Galen Hall knows a little something about offense, and Bill, his offense with that man at the helm is red hot so far here in the 4th quarter.
Well, he's red hot, and he has to be hot on this drive because Andy Kelly's not only battling them, he's battling the clock, and they need a touchdown on this drive.
On 2nd down and 5, Kelly to the air again, comes near side. Has Terry Richardson out of the backfield. He has 1st down yardage up close to the 40. Is driven out by James Williams and Mark Sander.
And right now, Scotland's defense is really confused. And they have been the whole second half. You see, Rhine Fire's used up all its timeouts, and they're going to have to work the clock by throwing these out and stopping as they get closer towards the end zone.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard line of Rhine Fire. Kelly to the air again, goes out of the backfield to Davison, and Davison dives for the sidelines to try to stop the clock, and he does after picking up 7 yards on the play, and it'll set up 2nd and 3.
Okay. Let's go stick it again. 6, 7, 7. 7, 581, 381.
Kelly hits Davison again out of the backfield, and Davison stopped a little short of the 1st down by James Fuller. It'll be 3rd down and 1.
Yeah, and the clock's running too. So they have to line up right now. And Andy Kelly has to call a play. They don't have time to down it because they need a 1st down right here.
And Kelly dumps it out of the backfield and has his man right at midfield. Mark Sander brings him down, and that's Jerome Davison once again. So another 1st down, but the clock now the worst enemy of Rhine Fire.
Yeah, they're under a minute. Well, a minute 3 as Andy Kelly downs the ball and stops the clock. And now it's 2nd and 10, and they're at the 50. They've got 50 yards to go to score, and what they've been able to do effectively to the Scotland defense is go to the left, go to the right, short pass, long pass, keep them off balance type of thing, draw play. But now, with time running out, a minute left, they don't have the luxury of keeping them off balance. They've got to get the ball downfield.
Andy Kelly will attempt to do just that. He has the split backfield. And off the play fake, Kelly going down the middle, has his man. Kelly has his tight end, Byron Chamberlain, down inside the 30-yard line.
Okay, tell him to get off. You got an off signal for Byron.
In the hurry-up offense. Kelly spikes it again to stop the clock at 43 seconds to go. So Rhine threatening to get a victory here if they take it on into the end zone.
You know, they've been able to stop Byron Chamberlain for the whole entire first half. But the second half, he's really played a big part in their offense. And right here, they're not getting the stop on him at the line of scrimmage because 34 George Coghill, he has to play back. He's playing a zone. He has to be back. So the linebackers are isolated on Chamberlain, and it's no matchup.
On 1st and 10 from the 27, Kelly, good time, throws it away to the near side. Everyone covered that time, so it'll be 2nd down and 10. 37 seconds to go. It'll be 3rd down and 10. Correction, 3rd down and 10 for Kelly, who spiked that 1st down play.
Yeah, and now it's getting real critical for Eddie Kelly.
And the use of timeouts being confused earlier, especially on the 2-point conversion attempt, really hurt about now.
And if they fall short and don't score here, it'll be the same situation Ryan always has. The mistakes have killed them. But they're still going to have a couple shots here at the end zone.
On 3rd and 10, Kelly. Under some heavy pressure, gets away, trying to buy some time. He better throw it in a hurry. He cannot. Gerald Jeffcoat forces him out of bounds on a big sack, and that's all the way back to the 40-yard line.
That was a big sack, and it was a big mistake by Andy Kelly of not getting rid of that ball. He avoids the first sack right here. David Webb, number 59, he eludes him, but he's got to get rid of the ball. He's got to throw the ball to somebody to get rid of it, throw it out of bounds, because now he's back at the 40 with 29 seconds left, and it's 4th down.
They've got to get to the 18-yard line to pick up a fresh set of downs, and now the play clock is run out.
And another 5 yards
against the Rhine Fire.
And that in itself should sum up everything the Rhine Fire has done in the first half of the season. They have the opportunities to get down there. They make good plays offensively and defensively, but mistakes and penalties and miscommunication has hurt this team.
So with 29 seconds to go, Galen Hall watches and sees if Andy Kelly and his offense can come up with a 3rd down and 4th down rather, and 27.
That's again
knocked away. Shannon Jones, and the Scottish Claymores will escape this one barely.
Yeah, well, Shannon Jones in the second half had his hands full because they were doing so many other things offensively that he didn't have any safety help on the tight end, which is Byron Chamberlain. But on that play right there, he finally redeems himself for all those little plays he gave up to Byron Chamberlain by making a nice play on the ball. You see he's beat, but what he does is he plays the ball. He gets his hands on it and deflects it and gets the ball back to the offense, which they're going to take a knee.
Rhine Fire unable to stop the clock with no timeouts left, so with 24 ticks, this should do it. Steve Matthews takes a knee, and the Scottish Claymores, who did not score a single point since the 2nd quarter, will hold on for a hard-fought 24-19 victory, moving to 5-1 on the season overall. Rhine Fire now drops to 1-5.
Yeah, and that's tough for Rhine Fire. I mean, where do you go from here when you're with that team?
Congratulations, Claymore. Mike, here's the World League table as of today.
And some of the things that we thought might happen did happen. It makes the run-up for the World Bowl 2nd spot really exciting now because Barcelona and Amsterdam both only 1 game behind Frankfurt, and Frankfurt comes into Scotland next week. They could lose. London plays Amsterdam, so London could catch up another game in that schedule. We've got ourselves a race.